Anytime we experience a tragedy in our lives, it causes us to redefine our sense of time. Life becomes all that we experienced before compared to all that we are experiencing now. Arachnoiditis is a preventable tragedy which affects our lives in this way. We will never be that person we were before arachnoiditis. That person is gone. We can only become the new person who is adapted to accommodate the tragedy. Every activity and plan becomes influenced by the questions: how much pain will it cause? How long will it take to regroup afterward? We must always balance our desires with our abilities. Adapting to arachnoiditis includes a phase in which our daily lives are a catalog of losses and obstacles. It is with great effort and determination that we learn to give due credit to our accomplishments. We cannot allow our sense of self-worth to be influenced by the perceptions of others. They do not know what arachnoiditis is. If you are a patient who has ever agreed to have a spinal block, spinal procedure, epidural anesthetic, epidural steroid injection, myelogram, or cisternogram, you should know that many of the medications used in these procedures are not FDA approved for these purposes. Preliminary propaganda for these procedures overshadows the underreported cases of adverse events resulting in frequent misdiagnosis and limited management options. Frequently, the practitioner's fears of litigation can leave the patient alienated from the very professionals in a position to help them adapt and recover from transient or permanent nerve injury, chemical meningitis, adhesive arachnoiditis, and cauda equina syndrome. After any spinal injection or invasive spinal procedure, you and your practitioner should watch for signs and symptoms of these conditions. Some, like arachnoiditis, may not present immediately after the procedure. Upon discovery, contact your health department to report any adverse outcome. The predominant symptom of arachnoiditis is chronic and persistent pain in the lower back, lower limbs, or in severe cases throughout the entire body. Other symptoms may include tingling, numbness, or weakness in the legs or arms, sometimes accompanied by restrictive neck pain. Bizarre sensations such as insects crawling on the skin or water trickling down the leg. Severe shooting pain, which some liken to an electric shock sensation. Positional, often severe headaches as a result of obstruction to the flow and rotation of cerebral spinal fluid. Muscle cramps, spasms, and uncontrollable twitching. Loss of coordination, bladder, bowel, and/or sexual dysfunction. Extreme sensitivity to climate and temperature changes, to noise and/or light. If the disease progresses, symptoms may become more severe or even permanent. This disorder can be very debilitating as the pain is constant and intractable. Most people with arachnoiditis are unable to work and have significant disability. As we grieve our losses, we move forward. We learn to pace ourselves. We become more selective about the activities and people we permit to share our time. We search for answers and ways to warn others about this condition. We send support to those just learning to cope with this invisible injury. Although it is not something I would wish on anyone, I am thankful that there are others to help me understand this journey. Because arachnoiditis is caused by medical procedures, it is a challenge to obtain a diagnosis while coping with the outcome. The need to know that the experience you are having is not a figment of your imagination begins to border on an obsession. The simultaneous relief and fear which accompanies confirmation can be only understood by other arachnoiditis survivors.